Here's a challenge for you. Think about the last event that you did. Think about what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, and what changes you can make between now and your next event to make things better. And the reason I bring this up is because we do have some downtime right now. It would be a great opportunity to go ahead and make those changes. Now, my last event was at the Yacht Club behind the house. It was on February 22nd. I did post a gig log, and it was unique because it was a glow party, which means a lot of UV light. As far as the music goes, I'm really happy with what happened there. I do have a repertoire with this audience. I've been playing for the Yacht Club now pretty solid for the last year, and they like me, but there were a lot of new faces that were there too, and they had fun as well, so I think I did good there. I did push the boundaries with music too, which is something I like to do with this audience, play things that you don't normally play, and the response was great. Everybody had a good time, so I'm good there. It was a glow party, which means UV light. They used a lot of low wattage light bulbs in the sockets that were there, so they had little UV lights all over the place. But I brought the ADJ UV Cob Cannon, which was the star of the show. Things really popped with that piece. It's got a real wide wash, it's super bright. And what a lot of DJs do is they'll put their lighting kind of behind them. And it creates a great light show from the DJ's perspective, but not always from the audience's perspective. So what I did was I put it on the opposite side of the dance floor. And I shined it at the crowd, kind of at me, I guess. And from the bar's perspective, where the audience was, it looked real nice. And it enticed them to come out and join everybody. It did work real well, but I really feel like that to improve things, I could add a second UV Cob Cannon kind of next to me, because there was seating kind of to the right of me, a lot of it. And I don't know what it looked like from over there, but it would have looked better with another light shining in on the audience. So maybe a second UV Cob Cannon would be a good way to improve something like a glow party. You kind of hit them from all sides that way. You can hit them from the front and the back, or from one side to the next side, whatever your configuration happens to be at your event. Now, as far as the setup goes, I'm using the Evolve 50s, and I think they're a real good fit for that room. You might be able to go 30M, but I think the 50 is a good fit. I'm using a DJM 850 mixer, and I have been using that since fall. I'm waiting for a replacement of my DJM 450, which is a lot smaller. I have a rack built for it with a lot of self-contained cables and things that just make setup easier. So if I can get the 450 finally replaced, which I'm waiting for, Jay is supposed to take care of that. Hopefully Jay takes care of it soon. It'll save on my load-in time and my setup time. And then there's the cable management issue, which I don't talk about a lot, but my cable bag's a mess. I do have to straighten that out. Got plenty of time to do it. And if you're familiar with the Pro Event Table at all, there are two square tube support brackets that you have to put on there to support the tabletop. And there's a little screw with a plastic head on it that you kind of twist down to hold those brackets in place, which is weird because if you just set them in there, they're not going anywhere. I don't use that little screw to tighten the brackets down, but I do use the head of the screw as something that helps me with cable management. So I'll run cables along the top, I'll kind of hook them on that screw with the head on it and let them drape down the side. The screws are gone. They've fallen off the Pro Event Table, so I don't have that option anymore. But I need to go ahead and find some screws for it or something to put in that little hole to help me with cable management. So I don't know, that's just my assessment of my last event, what was good, what wasn't good, and what could use some attention. And I encourage all of you to do the same thing and just think about your last event. And again, in the comment section, let us know about your last event. Let us know what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, and what changes you think you could make to make your next event coming up later on this year even better. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Practice and enjoy.